Good day and welcome to the Midday News for Thursday, June 11. I am Carried Simpson. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Petroleum retailers concerned as increasing cap on fuel prices take effect today. St. Anne police investigate suspected suicide. And later in sports, 2026 FIFA World Cup kicks off today at 2 p.m. with live coverage on TPJ and One Spot Media in Jamaica only.
Thank you for joining us. Now the details. Up first this afternoon, the St. Anne police are investigating a case of suspected suicide. The deceased has been identified as 50-year-old Maurice Alfonso Fennell, a security guard of Cambridge St. James address. It's understood that he arrived in Standfast, Brownstown Wednesday night about 9 p.m. and was staying with friends in the area. His body was found sometime after 6 this morning. Senior Superintendent Carlos Russell is commanding officer for the St. Anne Police Division.
He was standing on the outside along the roadway when gunshots were heard, and when his friend investigated, he saw him lying along the roadway with his firearm in his hand. The police are now conducting investigation.
TVJ News understands that Mr. Fennell was under investigation by MOCA in a missing person case.
Was under a person of interest in a case of a missing female in the Manchester division, and he was wanted for question in relation to that. It is also said that he was suffering from some depression.
Now, the missing woman, 40-year-old Kedisia McLeod, a pharmacy technician of Bombay, Manchester, was last seen on Tuesday, June 9. SSP Russell also disclosed that Mr. Fennell had purported to be a member of the JCF to his friend who believed the information to be true. Now, if you or anyone you know is struggling with their mental wellness, please contact the Mental Health and Suicide Prevention Hotline at 888-NEW-LIFE. That's 888-639-5433. And information just reaching our news center is that the woman has been found. Petroleum retailers are voicing concern as the increase in the cap on fuel prices take effect today. As part of the adjustment announced by Petrojam, weekly diesel prices will now move from $4.50 to $12.50 per litre. Industry stakeholders say the change could have potential implications. Details in this report.
The Jamaica Gasoline Retailers Association, JGRA, says Petrojam's decision to nearly triple the weekly cap on diesel price movements could trigger higher transportation costs, squeeze fuel retailers, and ultimately impact consumers. Responding to the announcement, JGRA President Philip Chong said the industry understands the previous cap could not be maintained and had expected an increase. This is particularly for ultra-low sulfur diesel and regular diesel due to supply shortages and higher replacement costs. However, he noted that the revised cap represents a significant increase and could have serious implications for the transport and haulage sectors.
One is that the transport sector, the haulage sector, will be looking at this increase in depth because this is a 5% increase over what was already happening. And I would believe that they are not willing to absorb it and they will be willing to pass it on in whatever products and produce that they transport.
Mr. Chong said operators are likely to closely examine the additional costs and may seek to pass them on through the prices of goods and produce they transport. He also pointed to a potential impact on petroleum retailers who purchase fuel directly and will now require substantially more capital to maintain inventory levels.
The retailers are the ones who actually purchase the fuels. So they will have to have additional capital expenditure to purchase these fuels. and it is an astronomically high amount. Us will be losing on this extent because we are using a fixed dollar margin, which is controlled by the marketing companies.
Now, according to Mr. Chong, retailers operate on fixed dollar margins controlled by marketing companies, meaning their profit margins could shrink as fuel prices rise. He warned that the change could make it increasingly difficult for some retailers.
The multinational marketing companies are controlling our margins, which means that our margins by percentage will decrease exponentially to a point where we might not be able to manage our affairs. But this is left to be seen what the association will do about this. But it's going to be hard on the retailers, and this is going to be very difficult on the consumers or our customers.
Aliyah Bryant, TVJ News.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security has launched a new program called HARP to help verify citizens' information as part of the second phase of the ROOFs program. Jamila Maitland explains.
The Humanitarian Assistance Relief Platform, HARP for short, is the newest program launched by the government to provide support for Hurricane Melissa victims.
Today we begin the pilot phase of HARP, which will be the tool utilized by the ministry to organize phase 2, which is the phase where we are validating those persons who could not be verified earlier because of whatever the issue is, whether it's TRN issues or phone number wrong or a building cluster issue or a duplication issue, whatever the issue is. Through HARP, we will have our team members out, or we have them out already, to gather that information.
Damage from Hurricane Melissa has been categorized as minor, major, and severe, with grants ranging from $75,000 to $500,000. Minister of Labour and Social Security Pernell Charles Jr., during post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday, says beneficiaries will receive payments under Phase 2 via their bank accounts. As for those without, the minister says they will be assisted by its officers.
Whatever the issue is, through HARP, we will have our team members out, or we have them out already, to gather that information, and it is designed to drive the authorization and authentication and to support user validation and to really now assist us in rectifying the issues and getting people their money.
In addressing the complaints of site visits by staff from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security from potential beneficiaries, the minister says there will be adequate sensitization this time around to inform the public on when they will be in the communities.
We will publish a schedule to advise earlier. We will collaborate with the members of parliament, with the councillors, with the community leaders to ensure that all persons are aware of where we will be, when we will be there, so you can come, you can be able to bring your identification information or rectify your issue and get yourself validated to receive your funds.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.